Hello. We are going to do more on the ongoing project with pimping my wife's car, and since she is a fan of pink, we have striped it pink already, and that's almost done now. We're going to do Foliatec's Brems Settle Lack Set, or paint for your calipers in plain English. She has chosen the color pink metallic, this one. The paint is, I would say, pretty cheap for the effect. And if you open it up, you have one large container with the brake caliper cleaner, so that's just an ordinary thing. Instructions, of course, but usually you don't read that so much. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You have to clean the brake calipers first, then paint them, then wait for it to dry. There are one hardener with glass and one locker that you put together and mix. And for those who haven't done it before, like me, it's good to read the instructions first, of course, but the thing that I got stuck on was that you have to do all 4 calipers within a window of, I think it was 2 hours before the paint is gone, and it's too hard to continue it. So that means that you have to prep and do all the brake calipers first, and that's what we have done. So you can see here on the back caliper, and because it's an old car, it's rusty. So as you can see here, we used 100 grit sandpaper, we used a metal brush, and we also used some brake cleaner that was included in the package. What finish level you want here is up to you, but we decided to just leave it like this. It will look good enough, and probably a lot better than it did before. So we just basically took off the dust and the rust, and this is how it looked. And I must say that the brake caliper on the back looked much harder than the one in the front, because if you check this out, you can see it's one pretty big and solid surface, and that will make it much easier to clean and much easier to work with. So what you need is a brush, gloves, 100 grit paper. If you want to do wet sanding, do a wet paper. I used just something that I had, and some wool with water, and also the jack stands, of course, so you don't get the car in your head or on your hand or whatever. It would be most unfortunate, especially if your wife asks you afterwards, why do you only have one arm left? Oh, I was going to paint your brake calipers pink. So I just took this like this, and as you can see, it pretty quickly gets down to the metal and gets it clean, because on the front it hasn't rusted so much. So these are, and then in the end here I will just use the brake dust cleaner included in the Foliatec package, and then we're good to go. But we have of course another side left too, to do this as well. And for us, we won't be doing a much better finish than this, because this is good enough, and it will look very hot, I think. So we will come back to you in a second or two. We will cut here. Okay, so now we have all 4 tires of the car. We have masked the brake calipers or not the brake calipers, but around the brake caliper. With masking tape we have been using sandpaper, we have been using brushes, we have been using some water, and we have been using the brake dust cleaner. And this is the last step before I do something else. So I will just take off the rest of the grime or brake dust or whatever. There you go. Smells pretty nasty. I'm glad we are out in the open and not in a closed garage. So now we have opened the color, and as you can see it's a very nice shiny pink metallic that's going on to the brake calipers. One of the tins is the paint and one of the tins is the hardener. The hardener actually has an extremely hard lid to get up, so I almost didn't manage it, but after a while it goes, and then you're supposed to mix it together thoroughly. And something we read in the instructions is that you should apply one layer, and after about 15 minutes you should apply the second layer, and that's why we have prepared all the brake calipers at once, so we can go around the car and paint them all and then do the second coating after we have done all four, because that will take about 15 to 20 minutes I would suppose. And well, see you soon. Now it's mixing time.
Jag tror den har kraschat.
Har den kraschat?
Ja, nu du försökte stänga av den. Timern har slutat, men den visar inte att den har slutat och touchen verkar inte vilja.
Hej Lea, nu går det bra att komma. Gå inte på grejerna.
Vad fan.
Okay, so we mixed the paint and we started to paint, and this is the first coat, and as you can see it doesn't even out so much, and one thing about metallic colors like this one is that you actually have to mix the paint constantly while you're painting it. So now we're going to apply the second coat on it, and this time it actually evens out much nicer. And also we can say that I don't know if we have small brakes or if the paint is liberally given, but we have more than enough paint to do a second coating. I think we even have for a third coating if you wish so. So this is how it looks now, and we will come back in a couple of seconds to show you the end result. Okay, so now we painted our first coat, we have painted our second coat, and after actually doing 2.5 coats and some touching up, we actually have half the tin left with paint. We can't use it because it hardens in about 2 hours, so then it's finito. What we can say about the paint is it's a very nice color first off, and it's got very nice metallic, and as you can see here, if you apply too much it will simply drip off. And we will wait now, we will go in to eat dinner and come out again and demask it, and we will see how the finished look is, but so far so good. As you can see, we are not so professional in our painting, but the lacquer here helps us a lot. So when we checked the first layer, it looked very terrible, the second layer was good enough, and the third layer was excellent covering, I would say. If you want to do it better, you have to degrease the brakes even better than we did, because we had some spots and places where there still was some brake dust and grease or something, because the lacquer didn't want to attach itself. So that's why we put on more than we needed, because we hope that it will bond over the grease and stay there. So if you want to paint your calipers in some cool color, I would say go for it, because it's very easy to make it and get a very good result. We will end the film with the rims on, so you can see how it looks. We paint those black, and black and pink, as you know, goes very well together. So we will see in 2 seconds. Okay, so now we have the finished results, and as you can see, it looks awesome. Looks really great. And because of the blacked up wheels that now are blackened on the outside, on the inside of the rim as well, well, you can see it really shines. On the back of the car, the caliper isn't that big, so I suppose you will have to go closer if you want to have a shake up on it. But you can see it's really good metallic, and also it's of course matching the stripe. Nice. Okay, so that is that for us. So if you want to paint your brake calipers, it takes a bit of time, but the time is in the preparations, removing of the wheels and everything like that, and that's what is the time-consuming part. Painting it isn't, and also you will have to add in 24 hours for the paint to cure. So my wife, who wants to go to work tomorrow, will have to take it anyway, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully well. Because of the black wheels, you really don't want to have a pink splatter on the black wheels. It wouldn't look too nice, I think. So in conclusion, it was a big job to do for me and my son, or sons. It took a couple of hours, but in those hours we also prepped the calipers, we painted all four, and we also painted all the wheels black on inside and out. So all in all, good results. You can zoom over there. So good luck with your project. You can zoom over to the car. The wife really loved it. So that's a plus. Zooma in lite, så gå nära så man ser riktigt ordentligt.
Outro. Outro.
Va?
Outro.
Outro? Vad säger